Thank you for tuning into the It Could Be Worse podcast. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because it doesn't cost you a dime and helps us make pennies. And today, the question I asked you guys was, what is the most awkward thing that's happened to you on a date?
Mm-hmm.
There's some good ones.
Oh, yeah. I love awkward date stories. They're wonderful.
It's baffling to me what people think they can get away with or what nobody's stopped them from getting away with so far. Okay? So, here's a good one. The first one is, he asked me if I knew how to wax backs because his mom usually does it for him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Oh, poor guy.
First date?
First date? That's not first date material.
No.
No, especially my mom usually does it for me.
You didn't need that.
We didn't
need to know that.
We didn't need to know that part. That's the quiet part. You're not supposed to say it out loud.
He told the waiter she'll have a salad. She needs it.
Okay, that's just...
I never spoke to him again.
Good on you. You getting out of a bad situation right there. Dodging a bullet right there.
Honestly, I'd say that's not dodging a bullet. That's him being honest. It's like at least you know. I'd say it's worse if you kept that internalized, right? Oh no, yeah, I'd say it's worse. Yeah, no. Well, because now you know it's like, oh, you're not for me. Cool, as opposed to like him subtly swapping out everything you like with kale.
No, that's what I mean. She dodged a bullet. She knows that like, oh, this is not for me, and she left it right off the bat.
This one aggravates me. And I can't explain why. Like, there's no good reason. There's no discernible reason why this would upset me. It just would. She tried to give me flowers during the date.
Okay.
That one strikes a nerve for me. I don't know why. Because it's like, it's probably like internalized. Like, oh, no, this is the way this should go. And this should go, right? So, like, if I get those, if I accept them, I'm the girl in this relationship suddenly.
No.
And if I say no, I'm awful.
No. It's just a gal doing what she's literally doing that. Oh, I would enjoy this. He might enjoy this too. It's sweet.
I don't know. It just touches a nerve.
It's sweet.
Is it just me? Let me know if it's just me.
It's probably not just you, but like, I mean, we can dismantle that later.
Accidentally had gone to a gay bar. 7 guys asked for his number, and I was asked to leave.
Oh, that's bad.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because that means the first letter wasn't present. That means the first letter just wasn't present at all. There was zero representation.
They went to a gay bar.
Yeah, no, it was just a G, no L.
It's just a G, no L.
No B, no T, just straight G.
Oh.
Yo, double G.
Oh.
He took me to a Thai restaurant where he proceeded to drink a bunch and tell me that women are just snakes with back.
Women are... Oh. How are you going to go on a date with a woman and then start insulting women? Do you think you're going to get anywhere with that?
You know, you would be surprised. You would be very surprised.
I don't know. Maybe I could be. I don't know.
Some people... he leaned in for a kiss, but he must have chickened out because he just kept leaning and kissed my knee through the hole in my ripped jeans.
Now, dear viewer, were you about to reciprocate the kiss, or did he just chicken out?
No, I think literally what happened is he leaned in for a kiss, and then like, oh God, got nervous, and he just kept going. And going
just like, oh God, I haven't practiced kissing on a Playboy magazine since middle school. I have to kiss the knee so she doesn't see my insecurity.
And he just kept going, like, you know those Japanese bows that just keep going and going until like you're like at a 90-degree angle or lower, and I'm like, why? Honestly, just turn it into a push-up. Would have been less weird. Imagine that, like, if he just like turned it into a burpee and got back up. He could have saved that. He could have rallied. What? Okay, what other way?
I've seen people pick themselves up after a fall, right? You know, you see people going down A skate U, half circle.
Okay.
I don't know what they call that. I'm not a skateboarder.
A half pipe.
Half pipe. Thank you. Sorry, I don't skate.
I don't either. I just share a name with one of the most popular ones.
Oh, well, good for you.
And it's Hawk.
Yeah, no, I figured.
It's my first name. It's Hawk.
Anyway, I've seen people fall down half pipes and then they do like a flip and then they like end up on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is one of those situations where he can like, very slyly turn this into a burpee and go, sorry, I had to get the gains in.
We watch very different skating videos because the ones I watch, it's like they just don't get up. It's like the ones where they go up to a half pipe and like they slam against it and just.
Mm-hmm. And then they like a cartoon, like
slow.
a cartoon character hitting the glass, just.
Yeah, like you're spreading butter on bread. Like just a slow smear. Like yeah. Those are the ones I watch. They usually.
If you like that, there's a subreddit I can recommend you. r/meatcrayon.
Oh Jesus! I don't need to know anymore.
It's that.
Okay. My date was being long in the toilet, so I tried calling her, and I found her phone was on the table with my number saved as food number 4. Food number 4.
I almost spit my tea out. Food number 4.
That's very terrible, and there's some women out there like that. But that's also hustle.
That is hustle.
That is hustle, because that means there's a rotation going on.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's what that. No. That means there's a rotation going on.
Food number 4.
Which means, actually, that hurts my feelings.
Does it?
Yeah, because you're the 5th guy in line. Because there's her actual man.
There's food?
No. No, it's her actual man.
Mm-hmm.
Then food number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the 5th guy in line. Mm-hmm. And if she's like real entrepreneurial about this, right? Mm-hmm. She could have ride number 1 through 4. So it's like you effectively, God knows where you are in line, right?
She could be
You could have like the light guy.
She could even just be about her bag, and maybe he's just the 4th in line, and she doesn't have a man. She's just like doing her own thing. No, I don't want to spend money on food tonight. Hey, food number 3.
Also, fellas, for you to be saved as food number 4, you have to have bought her a substantial amount of food consistently. Mm-hmm. How have you not caught on?
You need to catch on to this.
How have you not realized, we only hang out in restaurants, right? Right? And after the food, I drop her off at home. Mm-hmm. And no chat really happens here. Mm-hmm. We don't really talk outside of this.
We don't talk over dinner. We kind of just eat dinner and leave.
We just do the first date thing like 4 or 5 times. Mm-hmm. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
No, like, actually, what are we doing here? There's other people. Get on with it. I don't know. I'm like, after the 3rd one, I'm like if we're not hanging out outside of food, like we're not watching a movie.
We're not watching a movie. We're not going on a long bike ride through the woods.
No. If we're just like purely restaurants, like, and this is sit down restaurant too, so it's like, it's like expensive. It's over 100 probably.
No, and she's like, I'll have the lobster. I'd love a nice rosé. Oh, the whole bottle, please. I don't want just a glass. I'll take the rest of the bottle home with me. You've got yourself a.
If I ever heard that,
you're a feeder.
If I ever heard,
that's the moment.
Feeder?
That's the moment you realize you're a feeder.
No, if I ever heard, I'll take the whole bottle. I'm over there sipping water with ice so I can feel full quicker. Mm-hmm. Like, no.
Yeah, you're a feeder in that relationship.
No, God, no. Yeah, at some point, guys, we gotta catch on here. Like, one date, that's fair play, you pay. Second date, fair play, you play. 3rd date, where you're not talking in between, you're not doing anything else. No walks, no like sunshine, like nothing.
Like
else.
You're just going after dark to sit down restaurants,
and then you drop her off at home. Thumbs up. Your food number question mark.
Your food number question mark.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of food, I had a first date and we watched a film at my place. He sat there and ate a whole tub of coleslaw with a spoon.
With a spoon?
I don't do veg. So what's wrong with eating coleslaw?
You eat it with a fork.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
Well, he ate it with a spoon.
Have you seen anybody eat a salad? It's a salad. Have you
really?
seen anybody eat a salad?
I think the concerning thing is he ate an entire tub of it. Somehow, I think it would have been better adjusted if he ate ice cream.
Yeah, probably.
What movie could you even eat coleslaw to?
I don't know. Maybe he just really Okay, coleslaw is just ranch saturated salad. I know you're not a veggie person.
That sounds disgusting.
It really is. I hate coleslaw too. The only scenario where coleslaw makes sense is if you're eating something really dry and fried. That's why it comes as a side if you go to like a fish and chips restaurant. Because fish and chips, it's really dry and salty and gross. So you have the coleslaw. It's you're wet for the dry fish.
Oh,
that's the only reason you eat. If you are eating coleslaw outside of the scenario of I ate something really dry, so I need something really wet, you're wrong.
Well, he ate it in a movie.
He ate it in a movie.
Yeah.
He's weird for that one. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
He's weird for that one.
Ugh. Okay. This one is something. This guy's panicking. That's the only way I can describe this. Or he's incredibly awkward. But we're walking. We're walking around and we bump into his friends. He turns and asks me, "What's your name again?"
There are such slyer ways you can ask that question.
I think it's more of like a who is this woman following me type of beat. Not like I forgot your name, but more like, oh, I'm gonna pretend like I'm that guy. So, oh, who are you?
Like I'm the cool guy in the friend group. I'm having women follow me in the park.
And it's like,
no.
Right. No.
That's just somebody with no social skills.
Or somebody who like panicked and has a girlfriend and is like, who are you?
That too.
Who are you? I don't know you.
He's either awkward or he's cheating.
No, could you imagine? No. Could you imagine if this man like full blown denies her? I mean, like old school biblical denies her 3 times before the cock crows.
And then the cock crows, and he just like, oh God.
No. I mean like.
And he hangs himself right then and there.
Oh Jesus, that got dark quick.
That's what happens.
Well, I was talking more of like, oh, I don't know this woman. Who are you? I've never seen you before in my life.
That's what happens. Judas denies Christ 3 times before the cock crows.
Definitely not Judas.
I swear to God.
No, it's not.
Who is it?
It's Peter or Paul.
No.
It's Peter or Paul.
No.
It's literally Peter or Paul. It is literally Peter or Paul. You can quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But yes, anyway.
Judas.
Peter!
Judas.
Who denies... No. Who denies Jesus 3 times?
Yeah, that's... Peter. Who betrays Christ?
No. No. Judas... No. Listen, Judas betrays Jesus by giving him a kiss on the cheek. And that marks him for the Romans, right?
I guess.
But Peter is a guy who denies him 3 times, despite saying, "Oh no, I won't. I'm that guy. I'm your ride or die." And then he denies it 3 times. It's a whole thing.
I guess my catechists were bad.
Read a book once in a while.
I do read books. I read such great novels as Frank Herbert's Dune.
Somehow longer than the Bible.
No, it's not.
All of Dune?
Yeah.
All 7 books, stapled together end to
7?
end.
There are 6.
All 6.
Well, aside from the 6 main books, and then there's like several spin-offs written by his son, and then there's a couple like lore books that are written by some other person who has like analyzed the series to a depth that nobody else has.
I can't be bothered.
I like sci-fi.
I can't be bothered.
I love sci-fi.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm all for reading. I think reading is one of the best things you can do with your time. I'll be honest, I never understood the people who like go for like those long book series, like the Harry Potter ones.
See, okay, there's a difference because
and I'm like, that's a waste of
Harry
time.
Potter, and this is a hot take that may land me in hot water. Harry Potter is a children's book series.
Oh dear.
Same as Percy Jackson, the Percy Jackson series. Same as like
Peppa Pig.
Oh, I mean, yes, obviously, Peppa Pig is a children's. I wouldn't even call it a novel, but like these are like young adult novels. Dune is like. It's too highbrow for like your average. I mean, if you're like 15, 16, 14 reading Dune, good on you. Keep going. It's a wonderful series. But also, not every 14, 15, and 16-year-old, that age range is reading Dune. It's
just the geeks reading it.
Well, maybe, yeah.
It's just the geeks reading it.
Yeah.
It's just the geeks reading it.
Gonna be honest,
dorks read Harry Potter.
The geeks are right for that one.
No. Again, I'm very pro reading. I think it's very interesting. I think the main purpose of reading is to see life through the lens of other people and other situations, right? However, a situation can only go on for so long, and 7 books is far too long.
Yeah. Have you read Dune?
No, and I never will.
Have no reason to speak on it.
Never read Harry Potter either.
Quick editor's note explaining why Tony is wrong for this situation and why he should just read Dune. The reason Dune is valid in taking 6 books to tell its story is because it tells the story over several generations of the fall of a galactic empire. Just wanted to add that quick note in. For all your sci-fi nerds, I really hope that was a good sales pitch.
And I never will.
Frank Herbert wrote a lot of really good philosophy into there.
Can't be bothered.
Frank Herbert also answered the question of, would you want foresight? No, you wouldn't.
As an avid and rapid reader, I will never read those books.
Okay, I'll just sit here explaining them to you for hours on end then.
I mean, eventually.
Eventually you'll have the general gist of the first book.
Well, they also got a movie.
They do have the movie.
Yeah, which...
If you haven't watched Dune 2021 by, I can't pronounce his last name because he's French and I can't speak French.
French is literally related to English. You should be able to.
I know, I just can't.
Whatever.
Anyway, watch the film.
Here's the ad break.
I'm not sponsored. We're not sponsored. It's just a good movie. Go watch it. And then read the book.
Or you could just go read any other multitude of books that will help you.
Read the book.
I think the top one I can think of off the top of my head is The Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Solid book.
Okay.
Solid book. Ageless. And funnily enough, he kept it to one book. There's not 6 of them. Oh. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, okay, yes, there's merit to that. Send me that book. I'll read it.
It's a good book.
I have time to read both.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that. But actually, that's something I've been debating for a while. Maybe I might do if the demand is there. But I know not everyone has the time to read, because that's the one con to reading. I'll give you that. It's time intensive.
It is pretty time intensive.
Not everyone is a quick reader. Like it's just some people read. Like I say, like some people wake up with abs, and I'm jealous. And some people read very quickly, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things you're born with, right? So one of the things I've been debating for a while is like a book. All the books I've read, because God, I've read so many, right? And just condense it down. Like, I mean, just down to like, this is what you need out of this book. Go.
Just basically like those something in a minute videos.
I mean, okay, books are hard to put in a minute. That'd be difficult.
Books are very hard to put in a minute.
I can certainly try for you guys. But books in under a minute, that's difficult. But yeah, if that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know. Like the video, comment, and I can certainly push it together.
Or for those readers, we could do a book club kind of dealio.
And we're never touching Dune or Harry Potter.
I mean, Harry Potter, no, we can't touch that one.
Abject wastes of time.
But Dune's great.
Abject wastes of time.
Dune's great.
That wraps up all the stories submitted this week, right?
As well as a rant about Dune.
Yeah, I know, right? I will source more for you guys before the next episode. I may just look across the internet, because God knows there's some unfortunate stories out there that show that it could always be worse, right?
It could always be worse.
Right. Today we're not going to cover any news, because that shows how bad it is.
How it can be worse.
Yeah, and it's like, let's not do that. The news has always dragged me down, honestly, and it's another thing I think is an abject waste of time. Sometimes. I feel like you can overconsume the news, right? Mm-hmm. So we're just going to cut right to today's question, right, which was sent to me, which is, it kind of follows up on the question we answered last time, right, of how to get started, right? Mm-hmm. Which is how to enjoy the process and the journey, right? This person sent in, I'd love any advice or any recommendations of videos or books on how to fall in love with the process of actually putting your life together, because life is a long journey, and it's hard and often lonely. And that guy summed it up perfectly, basically, because you will be objectively alone for a lot of it, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
And it is a long journey, hopefully. For most of you, I would say it's a long journey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you enjoy the process? And it kind of piggybacks off what I was telling you earlier, which is you write 4 things every day that you want to do. At the top of the page, right? This is later, once you actually have that muscle memory down, because there's no enjoying the process if you cannot start the process. Mm-hmm. So you have to start the process, right? But now that the process has been started, assuming, right, you consistently knock out 4 things every day, the way you enjoy the process, or at least the way I do, is, and this will feel so kitschy, so kitschy, but it works, right? Is up above my to-do list, there's a box that I just label like gratitude, right? And it's all the things, or like a thing today that I'm glad I have, right? And it could be anything. It could just be shoes, which is wild that some people just don't have shoes. But yeah, no, it's like a thing.
Yeah,
comfortable
shoes. Or if you're a sneakerhead, be grateful for your shoe collection.
Dude, sneakerheads get pricey. We'll get into that later.
We'll get into that later because that's a talk.
We need to wrap this up for him. But like, yeah, that's one of the main things I could say is vital to enjoying the process is having that box. Because at first it's going to feel kitschy. You're going to name the usual stuff. Food, water, family, if you have that. Shelter, if you have that, right? Like all this basic stuff, you're going to knock it out. And then you're going to start getting real niche, right? Like your blender will work today and you'll go, you know what?
I'm glad my blender works.
Not everyone has a working blender. And it sounds ridiculous, but like, man, it saves me time. Oh my God. So, you know, it's little things like that where it'll start to teach you to slow down and appreciate the small things, especially if you try not to repeat yourself too often, which is what I do, right? So it really keeps my eye open of like, oh, what went right today that I can be happy for, right? So that's one of the biggest keys I could put out there to enjoying the process. Again, of course, at some point, I want to put together like a big video on like all of this as like a one-stop shop, basically. Yeah. So it's like you can just go there, do this, and you will objectively be better.
Yeah.
I mean, not like, because I think the best way I have seen self-help described at times is it's a bit like wanking, right? Where it's like you're just observing this, you're not really doing anything, and it's not helping you either, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of self-help gurus, right, don't really want to help you.
No.
Because they're literally incentivized by you staying mediocre to terrible, right? So I've been meaning for a while, and I will put together like a compendium of like, start here, end here, and there's no way if you do those things, it'll go wrong. There's no way it could get worse. See what I did there? Right? So I want to put that together for you guys so you can it's just there. It's just easy, and that way all the free game I'm giving away is like in one easy to find spot, right? So at some point that's going to be coming to the channel. Not sure when yet, but we'll see, right?
This is script in progress.
Yeah, right? Yeah. For today, it's going to be a bit of a compressed episode, but thank you for tuning in. As always, any and all feedback is welcome, and we will see you on the next episode.